Okay, hello, and welcome to the Shark Stream. It's me, it's Gage. Can you believe it? Back at it again, not an hour and a half after the last one. I'm that committed. Also, I really wanted to get this one started. But yes, welcome to another installment of my playthrough of New Game Plus of Final Fantasy XIV. We're gonna be doing brief. I actually don't know how brief it's going to be, but we are going to be doing a quick side mission before we start today's chunk of New Game Plus, which is going to be comprising what is considered Part 6 of A Realm Reborn. Basically everything from the Crystal Braves to the infamous Banquet, wherein a whole bunch of important stuff happens. Probably more important things than have happened over the last 3 patches worth of content. I have no idea what to expect out of my microphone's gain anymore, but you know, I would personally, I've talked before about how I feel like the discussion around A Realm Reborn in the grander scope of the rest of Final Fantasy XIV, kind of unnecessarily shits on A Realm Reborn as an experience. I think there's a lot to like in A Realm Reborn, and I think by just kind of like taking it in stride and taking it as it is, as opposed to like looking at it as like what you have to get through to get to Heavensward, I feel like there's a lot to like there. I feel like the sort of hyping up of like the later expansions unfortunately has the effect of like people getting into it and thinking, oh, it's going to be really cool, and then, you know, they go through A Realm Reborn, and A Realm Reborn admittedly does have a lot of busy work. But I think that, you know, I personally think that if you kind of just accept it for what it is and just run through it, trying to enjoy it for what it is, it's pretty easy to love. Especially if you find, like, some of the more interesting corners of the story. Hello, Ion Agenda. Hold up, is my chat not working? Hold on. We're gonna switch to the game real quick. Ooh, none of my Streamlabs stuff appears to be up and running. That's interesting. And kind of bad. Hold on. I'm gonna need to futz with this. Give me a second. Why is that not working? That's weird. Okay, so that's working. It has registered the 502 bad gateway. That's great. I love that. I'm so happy for that. I'm so glad that's happening. 404 not found. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Alright, we're good. So what was I talking about? But yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting things to find and to do in Realm Reborn, and I think that, like, trying to... Like, I'm not trying to say, like, hey, stop hyping up the later stuff at the detriment of Realm Reborn. It's just like, hey, there's a lot of people who are going to be getting into this and thinking, like, oh, the later stuff is really cool, and then realizing they have to get through Realm Reborn first, and then just, like, not enjoying it because all they can think about is how the later stuff is where it gets good. Like, just enjoy the game as it comes along, you know? With that in mind, you know, like I said, I will acknowledge that, like, a lot of stuff in A Realm Reborn, probably up through, like, 6.3, is really all just sort of, like, busy work, with, like, very, very, like, little progress on sort of, like, what ends up becoming the larger narrative of the game. And I think part of this is just because, like, you know, it was them coming back from 1.0 and kind of trying to refine their footing. So it took them a bit to get there, essentially, you know? And I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I had a point I was making. But with that in mind, I do think that, like, 6.4 or 2.4 and 2.5 going into Heavensward are where, like, if you're waiting for things to start really kicking off and getting, like, incredibly interesting, this is where you want to be, is, like, 2.4 onward. Because, you know, this is where, like, we get the proper introduction to Lady Iceheart. This is where, you know, stuff with the Crystal Braves and the intrigue there starts up. This is, you know, I mentioned the banquet. This is the whole thing with Silver Tear Lake, Nabrialis, all that good stuff. On that note, one of the first things that we're going to be doing today is actually a side quest that was introduced in the most recent patch, 6.45, that actually recaps the events of 1.0. Which I think is a neat thing to put in here, because there may not be a lot of people that know the exact details of what happened in 1.0. There's a lot that you can, like, try looking up and, like, piecing together yourself through little things that you find throughout the game, but, like, it's cool to have, like, a specific quest line that's just like, hey, do you want to know what happened before the start of your character's story? Here it is. Everything up to the 7th Umbral Calamity. So, you know, should be interesting. I'm excited to see this, because this is brand new stuff that I haven't seen before. And then, of course, we'll be launching into our next section of New Game Plus. We are, in fact, rapidly closing in on Heavensward. So I'm actually pretty excited for that, because I do like Heavensward a lot. I like this whole fucking game, is the thing. But yeah. So with that, we got a little bit of time. What can I talk about? Gaming news, specifically Final Fantasy XIV gaming news. We got a live letter this Saturday. I'm pretty excited for that. Wondering what it is that they're going to show off for it. If there's going to be any more details on Dawn Trail. What sort of information they may have about what's coming in 6.5. We also got news. There's going to be a Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG, which I'm kind of interested in, if I'm being honest. Yo, if I can get the fucking TTRPG for Final Fantasy XIV and just make Eigeled in it, like, that would be cool as hell. Like, I would be all over that shit, you know? So I don't know. Might look into that. That could be like a fun thing for a stream, I think. Like doing like streams with friends of like the tabletop role-playing game. If we can kind of work out how it works and if it works well and is good, you know? At any rate, let's go ahead and get in there. So here we are in Ul'dah, which is where we're going to find ourselves for this quest line that we're going to be doing. We gotta talk to this person, Nananji. Hey, friend. What's going on? What's going on? On. Remembering the past. Nananji appears to be deep in thought. Ain't that the truth? The determined set of your jaw. The dynamic presence, as if you were ever ready to leap into action. There's no mistake. You're an adventurer, and a dependable one at that. Tell me, are you familiar with the name Louis-Soir Leveilleur? Of course I am. Of course you are, of course you are. Forgive me my suddenness. I am Nananji Nononji, a budding rider, and I seek to pen a biography of the great man. In particular, I wish to cover his movements leading up to the calamity, and to that end I've requested an interview with the Immortal Flames. He served the Eorzean Alliance as a tactician, you see, so there ought to be someone in the Order who had dealings with him. And while my request has thankfully been accepted, there's just one problem. I don't have much experience conducting interviews, and I'm worried whether I'll be able to do a proper job. As an adventurer, you're doubtless used to dealing with people. Thus, I would like to ask you to accompany me in the capacity of an assistant. It would be tremendously reassuring to simply have you watching on. And if you're amenable, afterwards I'd like to interview you as well for your own impressions. For your troubles, I'll be certain to credit you as a collaborator. So please, won't you help me with my biography, that the memories of the calamity might be preserved for future generations? What's going on? It's a crazy frog! Yeah, man. I am in your debt. To begin with, please come with me to Camp Drybone in Eastern Thanalan. That's a place I'd like to visit ahead of the interview. And there he goes. Camp Drybone. This is the crazy frog. Do 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 do. Ding ding. Alright, let's take a look here. Here he is. There you are, to explain why we're here. Oh, but I haven't even asked your name. How am I supposed to credit you if I don't even know that much? Name's Aigale Tsork. Bunny Banani Banani. Aigale Tsork, the Aigale Tsork, champion of Eorzea. Small wonder I felt you were dependable. With one such as you helping me, everything will surely go well. Yeah, I'm the champion. I'm the champion. But getting back to business, the interview I've arranged is with an officer of the Immortal Flames. As there's still time, however, I thought we'd pay a visit to the nearby graveyard first, so I can explain my motivation for the biography. Yeah, alright. I don't have auto-advance. Thank goodness. I come from a small village near the Cotonou Flats. It was burned down in the calamity, and those who died were laid to rest here. My parents among them. Ah. It's hardly an uncommon tale. After the dread primal emerged from Dalamud, he unleashed a fiery devastation across the length and breadth of Eorzea. But as much as the calamity has scarred the realm, it is quickly becoming just another event in the history books. Beyond occasionally giving thanks to the Archons that Eorzea was saved, people spare it little thought. Can you imagine such a massive event? People forgetting it. You would think they would always remember, never forget. But they forgore, they do not remember. But when you've lost so many loved ones, it's hard to feel that anything was saved. That's why I wish to know more about Louis-Soir. By learning about his part in Eorzea's salvation, I hope that I will attain closure. That's my motivation? That's my motivation for writing the biography. Okay. Now then, in preparation for the interview, let's review what is known about our subject. Yeah, alright. It's difficult to define exactly when the Seventh Umbral Calamity was set in motion. Many historians, however, point to the Empire's Meteor Project, which sought to bring Dalamud down upon Eorzea. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Hey, it's your girl Nofika. And a bunch of people wearing early game gear, which is kind of funny. Alright, so let's take a look here. So that's the Immortal Flames on the left there. What does that say? A lot of, like, the Eorzean script is, like, recognizable slightly. It's like, by Fire Reborn, I think, the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. And, oh, they look to be fighting Amalja. Cool. Do you think the Order of the Twin Adder gets a lot of applications simply because they have, like, a big titty MILF on their goddamn recruitment poster? I imagine they would. It was the year 1562 of the 6th Astral Era. Seeking to combat the Imperial threat, Louis founded the Circle of Knowing, an order whose objective was the preservation of Eorzea. Through its members, the Archons of Shal'ayan, the Circle worked to unite the nations of Eorzea in common cause. The result was the formation of the Grand Companies and the 3 city-states, the Immortal Flames, the Order of the Twin Adder, and the Maelstrom. None of these would exist now were it not for their efforts. Looks like on the Maelstroms it said, "Till sea swallows all." And then in the year 1572, when the situation was coming to a head, Louis himself made the journey to Eorzea in secret and engaged with each of the nations. What took place during that time is what I seek to learn in the interview. The man we're due to meet is the contact for the Free Brigade, a unit formed of adventurers, and he apparently had Louis' assistance for a mission. The meeting place is Highbridge, to the northeast. It's more or less time now, so let's make our way there. Okay. Okay. I do love the way that Lalafell just kind of, like, tamp along. There's, like, tamp, 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 tamp. Tamping down the soft earth. Alright, what do I got? I got a dog. A very shiny dog. Destination. Nananji. The interviewee should be along any moment now. I wonder if it's anyone I recognize. Could you imagine if we go to talk to somebody in, like, La Nocia and it's fucking Tractoom again? I fucking love Tractoom. He's hilarious. You're the ones who seek an interview. I must say, I wasn't expecting to see the champion of Eorzea. I'm Nananji Nononji, the writer who made the request, and Igeld is kindly accompanying me for the interview. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to humor me. Come now, no need for the thanks. Like everyone, I hold Louis Soir in the highest esteem. If you wish to know about him, Holland Aubrey is always glad to oblige. Hey, man. Without further ado, then, let us begin. My understanding is you had dealings with Louis Soir. Could you please tell me the details? As you know, our grand companies were formed thanks to the Circle of Knowing, but it wasn't until Dalamud began turning red that Louis Soir first appeared. Yeah? There he is! It's the elf grandpa. It began with the word that an elderly Elizan man had come to Gridania, who held the key to vanquishing primals. Upon learning of this, I sent an adventurer of the Free Brigade to make contact with him. I later learned that the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder had done the very same. At that time, our companies weren't yet collaborating. Each one only thought to stay ahead of the others. If truth be told, at first we didn't think much of Louis Soir, only that he was the leader of scholars who studied peculiar prophecies. When the adventurer reported back, our opinion of the man completely changed. With his spellcraft, Louis Soir had opened the way into Ifrit's domain, and by the hand of dauntless adventurers, the Lord of Inferno was brought low. Alas, many defeats preceded the victory. It was reported that countless charred corpses lay strewn in the bowl of embers. Now, the mission also yielded... Fucking shit, goddamn. Now, the mission also yielded a shocking revelation. Yeah? Following the battle, Legatus Nail Van Darnus of the 7th Imperial Legion appeared and told the adventurer that the hour of reckoning was at hand, that Dalamud would soon fall and cleanse the land. That was when we realized that the Empire was behind the Red Moon's anomaly. So this adventurer must have been what would become the original Warrior of Light prior to the Calamity. So thanks to Louis Soir, you came to be aware of the Meteor Project. Still, it doesn't seem like you had much to act upon. Uh-huh. As you say, afterwards we scrambled to learn all that we could about the project. For a blessing, we had the cooperation of a Garlean defector, Sid Garland, whom you know well. He revealed the details of the project, that it utilized a transmission tower to pluck Dalamud from the heavens, all for the purpose of purging us savages from the realm. Brow furrow. I could continue telling you what I know, but from this point on, there is someone better suited than I am. If you are interested, I would be glad to introduce you to this individual. What say you? Well now, we'd be keen to speak with this person indeed. Very well. I will send word to the Adder's Nest. If you could take yourselves to Apkalu Falls, I will arrange for a meeting there. To go to such lengths to help us. I can't say how grateful I am. Do not mention it. As I said, I hold Louis Soir in the highest esteem. He was the one who brought our three nations together, and nothing would please me more than for him to be remembered. Well, it's past time I return to Ul'dah. I pray that the coming interview bears you fruit. Okay, bye. And there he goes, just wandering off. The lieutenant certainly has great respect for Louis Soir. And thanks to him, we have another promising interview. Come, let's head to Gridania, where the Archon had sojourned. Okay. Stamp, tamp, 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 tamp. Whoa. This guy running all over the place. Calm down, buddy. No, by all means, keep going nuts. Actual. What is he doing, actually? Well, alright. Oh. To Gridania. No, no, no. Okay. Now we just need to go to Apkalu Falls. What is... It looks like the Mikedo's Amphitheater one is going to be the closest. I am very curious as to what they're going to go over in the live letter tomorrow and what they're going to show off. I'm imagining that they're probably not going to get into too much Dawn Trail stuff, and they're saving those for, like, their presentations at, like, fan fests. 'Cause I think the next fan fest is, like, next month in the UK, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know for sure. I don't know a goddamn thing. If we're being honest here. I don't know shit nor fuck. Hey man, do you have anything for me that I don't already have? I got a bunch of these fucking things. I don't actually... Do I have the goblin cap? Can I even wear that? Does not let me. Fucking tragic. Do I have all of these? I definitely have that. Huh. A couple orchestrion rolls I don't have. How odd. Let me just pop those real quick. Nope. Pop it. Pop it. Pull it. Twist it. So this is up Kalu Falls. The conspicuous lack of the creatures aside, it's quite a beautiful place. Now then, the person we're to meet should be along shortly. Who will it be? Will it be somebody I recognize? Or are these, like, prominent 1.0 characters? I actually wouldn't know. Serpent Lieutenant Folk. I was told there were those who wished to learn about Louis Soir, and who should one of them be but the champion of Eorzea? Well met. I am Lieutenant Cyril Folk of the Order of the Twin Adder. So, something that I am aware of is that I think there's a Final Fantasy XIV wiki out there that actually chronicles a number of characters and NPCs who were in 1.0. Oh, excuse me, that thus far have not been located within A Realm Reborn and onwards. Which is an interesting thing to chronicle, especially because of the implication that, you know, Dalamud falling from the sky and, like, the calamity that followed, all the people that died could include, like, named characters. So I wonder if, like, these are, like, characters that were in 1.0 that just haven't, like, shown up in some time. But, like, people who played that game would recognize. And I also wonder if this mission is different if you did play 1.0. Because there is dialogue in this game that is different if you started playing in 1.0 and then carried over into Realm Reborn. Nanonji Nononji, at your service. Thank you for sparing the time to speak with us. Think nothing of it. I must say, though, that Lieutenant Aubrey chose the perfect spot for the subject matter. Huh? Louis Soir spent much time in rumination here in the days before the calamity. We Gridanians, being somewhat reserved by nature, at first the citizens kept their distance. Ymitra just kind of hanging out. But in time, people warmed to him. He patiently lent an ear to their troubles, healing hurts and offering counsel, and gradually earned their trust. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. Louis Soir spoke those words and lived up to them. He was the epitome of a Charlian sage, and I recall myself being moved. Now, shortly after we had become aware of the Meteor Project, the hamlet of Quarry Mill was attacked by the primal Garuda. Both soldiers and civilians were among the casualties. Did you talk about the TTRPG? I did. The Order of the Twin Adder moved to vanquish the primal, but we were not alone. Through Louis Soir's mediation, we had the support of not only our sister grand companies, but capable adventurers the realm over besides. Using an artifact known as the Vortex Feather, the Archon opened the way for a band of adventurers to sally forth into Gerudo's turbulent domain, where they felled the fearsome being. Upon her defeat, however, the primal dispersed aether did not return to the land. Instead, it was absorbed into the red moon Dalamud. And when the Empire constructed a new base in Mordona, the Elder Seedseeker saw the need for decisive action and put forth a proposal. the formal reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, which had for so long lain dormant. The initial response from the other nations was lukewarm at best. They felt that the burden to be borne by each party was excessive, and they were loath to do aught that would place them at a disadvantage against their rivals. Well, that's dumb. But the revelation that a lunar transmitter had been erected in the Imperial base prompted a change of heart. The tower controlled Dalaman's descent. If it could be destroyed, then the meteor project would be forestalled. Not that that happened. After having constantly been on the back foot, our nations were motivated to join hands, that we might strike a decisive blow against the enemy. Thus was the Eorzean Alliance reformed, as the Circle of Knowing had hoped. At the same juncture, Louis Soir was asked to join the Alliance as a tactician, and in that capacity he provided sage counsel to our heads of state. So, although he was at first treated with wariness, Louis Soir earned our trust through his actions, and paved the way to enduring cooperation between our nations. Indeed, were it not for him, we would all have perished divided. We owe Louis Soir a great debt. Now then, I expect you might be interested in hearing about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. But for that tale, I would recommend you seek out another, a decorated soldier who actually took part in the operation. Although a hardened warrior, she is quite friendly and should be glad to regale you with her experiences. Shall I send her word on your behalf? We'd be duly grateful. Okay. Very well. If you could take yourselves to Maelstrom Command in Limsa Lominsa, I shall see that she knows to expect you. With that, I shall take my leave. I pray that the biography is a success. There we go. Nailed it. And there he goes. Everyone has been more helpful than I had dared to hope. It seems Louis Soir had quite an influence on others. Yeah. That interview gave us some valuable insights into his character, and I'm eager to see what we learn in the next. Come, let's head to Limsa Lominsa. Okay. Wimsa womimsa. There we go. Nailed it. I'm like a lieutenant over there, so this should be super easy for us to get. Just walk in there, just be like, hey, Lieutenant Shork. I'm just gonna be like, yo, what's up, fuckers? They're gonna be like, not much. Quick, go to the aft castle before everybody else loads in. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Nananji. And there it is, Maelstrom Command. Shall we then? Hey girl, hey. Captain Sjork, ever a sight for sore eyes. And you must be Nananji. Rashat Riki, at your service. I understand you wish to hear about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Indeed, I'm penning a biography of the Archon Louis Soir, you see, for which I am interviewing people who had dealings with him. I truly appreciate your time. Uh-huh. You're very welcome. I would be glad to assist, even if it wasn't a request from Lieutenant Fulk. Sawut. Sawut. Now then, to continue where he left off. It was shortly after the Eorzean Alliance was formed. Our scouts returned with word that the 7th Legion had activated the lunar transmitter in their fortress in Mordona. Now known as Castrum Sentry, the fortress was originally called Castrum Novum before the 14th restored and renamed it. It was in order to break through its defenses and destroy the transmitter that our three nations joined hands, and we were determined to succeed. The strategy that Louisoix proposed was elegant in its simplicity. While our main force drew the Garlean's attention with an all-out siege, an elite band of adventurers would infiltrate the castrum and make for our objective. Yeah? We had entrusted adventurers with ridding us of the primals. Now we entrusted them with the very fate of Eorzea. I still remember the operation as if it were yesterday. Though we met with fierce resistance, we fought more fiercely still. No matter the cost, we had to ensure that the adventurers had a chance to strike at the transmitter. And when the messenger arrived bearing word that they had succeeded, it still makes my heart sore to recall that moment of triumph. That day we learned that, by standing together, the people of Eorzea could oppose even the might of the Empire. It was no exaggeration to say that victory paved the way for Eorzea's future. Without it, there would not have been an Operation Archon. Alas, it wasn't all glad tidings. For though we destroyed the transmitter, Nail Van Darnus appeared and claimed that he no longer needed the device to bring down Dalamud, that he himself had the power to do so. So long as Van Darnus lived, the threat of destruction remained. And so, branding him an enemy to all life in Eorzea, the nations of the Alliance undertook a desperate manhunt. At length, they located him in Kurthus and sent their greatest warriors to hunt him down. Leading that formidable band was the adventurer whom they called the Warrior of Light. And though no records remain of the fierce encounter, one thing is certain. At battle's conclusion, Nail Van Darnus was brought low. I would be so interested to know what the dialogue changes could be in this if you did play 1.0. As you know, however, our woes did not end with the White Raven, for Louisoix and his disciples determined that Dalamud would continue to fall. In a last-ditch bid to prevent the realm's annihilation, the Circle of Knowing issued a request to the Eorzean Alliance to secure the Cartonel Flats, where the Red Moon was expected to crash. 'Twas no simple task, for the entirety of the 7th Legion had amassed in Cartonel. But it was necessary in order to perform a ritual to stop Dalamud, a ritual that invoked the power of the 12. So it was that the Battle of Cartonel was joined, and I dare say you know how the tale continues. To everyone's shock, the Elder Primal Bahamut emerged from Dalamud, and proceeded to unleash his fury upon the realm. Aye, and though all bore witness as Louisoix initiated the ritual, none remember what came to pass afterwards. Neither what happened to Bahamut, nor why the realm was reborn. Well, you see, he flew up and he had a big, dumb DBZ battle, and it was awesome. The haze that afflicted the memories of the calamity. But people remember events prior to that moment, yes? If so, do you know if anyone was near Louisoix during the battle? Someone who may have spoken with him? If someone was near him, I'm afraid I do not know. He was atop a rise for the ritual, while I was a good distance away on the front lines. My apologies. No, please don't apologize. You've shared a wealth of information, and I couldn't ask for more. Well, if you're satisfied, then so am I. With that, I shall return to my duties. I look forward to reading the biography when it's finished. Sawut. At ease, soldier. So saith Captain Sjork. Now I have a grasp of the events leading up to the calamity. And yet... Oh, forgive me, I was deep in thought. In no small part due to your help, I've managed to learn a great deal. But there is still more that I wish to know. Might I trouble you to accompany me a little longer? If you're willing, please let me know. Yeah, alright. End of an era Framers Kit. Nanaji desires more information for Louisoix's biography. You'll continue accompanying me, then. Wonderful! Come, let's head to the Drowning Wench to discuss our next move. Excuse me. Hi, Baderon. Our research proceeds apace so far. We've even learned things not found in literature. But tell me, based on what you've heard from our interviewees, what is your opinion of Louisoix? He's an exceptional leader. He had a difficult task. Bunny banani, banani banani. Indeed, from an Imperial invasion to rampaging primals to nail Van Donis' scheme, he had to contend with the toughest of problems. What struck me was how grateful the interviewees were to Louisoix for bringing their nations together in cooperation. It was nothing short of necessary for our survival. Yet in knowing this, I can't help but wonder. In his capacity as a tactician, it seems to me he had done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. He went far beyond that, risking life and limb on the front lines for a land not his own. Perhaps he needed to be there for the ritual. Perhaps he felt a sense of duty. Even so, as noble as it is to desire to help others, what good is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? What was it that compelled Louisoix to go to Carteneau? And what went through his mind as the battle unfolded? In order to do this biography justice, I feel I need to know these things. Okay. If Louisoix had people near him at the time, perhaps he shared words with them in his final moments. Words that could provide some insights. I need to begin searching for such individuals, assuming they exist. Sorry, friends, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Just so happens I know a bloke has served among Louisoix's guard at Carteneau. Bateron. Truly, you know someone who was with him. Aye, and as far as I'm aware, he wasn't keeping the fact a secret. Just for good measure, though. Why do you want to speak with him? Well, you see, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Louisoix's biography, eh? In that case, I reckon the bloke would be willing to cooperate. Sponge boy, me ba! Warren Gwyncombs. Come! His name, and he was lieutenant of the Maelstrom. After the calamity, he turned to adventuring so as to be a greater help to the common folk. A Maelstrom officer turned adventurer. We'd be most keen to speak with him. Where might he be found? When Orton dropped in the other day, he said he had business at the Morrowby dry docks. If you're lucky, might be as he's still there. Understood. We are in your debt. We can't let this chance pass us by, Igam. Let's take ourselves to the dry docks at once. Okay. See you, Bateron. Steppy, steppy, steppy. Damn, last time I went to Morrowby Dry Docks was to go to my private island. Okay. Where is... There you are. Right, where could Orn be? In hindsight, we should have asked what he looks like. His name would suggest he's a Midlander, but... Well, nothing for it but to make inquiries. Let's split up for the task and meet again here. Alright. Here's a shop's keep. Bunny bunny, banani banani banani. I'm sorry, but I've only just started helping out here. I'm still learning our customers' names. I couldn't say if it's the person you're after, but a man did come by earlier who appeared to be an adventurer. He bought an Imea lily that we're currently trialing. Yeah? Yo, you got 9 Imea lilies? You don't got shit nor fuck. That's a bear. Well, I got a tank. This reminds me, something I want to check real quick. Disciples War. Hold on. Mount rewards. Morrowhorn. Astro Whistle? Complete 2,000 duties via duty roulette mentor. Oh, I don't have that. Uh, 200 high-level duties as a Dark Knight would get me a Panther. $123. A Battle Panther. Ooh, I'm getting pretty close to filling this one out for Gunbreaker. What does that get me? A War Tiger. That's pretty dope. This one gives me a Battle Tiger. MIDI's knocking things off my computer tower. Alright, anyway. Alright, who around here got some information for me? You, Rogadine Porter. Bunny, banani. Orn, as it happens, I spoke with him just earlier. He said he wanted to buy flowers, so I directed him to a vendor. Not sure where he is as of now, though. Okay, bye. And a veteran shipwright. Excuse me. Looking for an Orn Gwyncombe, you say? Don't know anyone by that name, I'm afraid. I did walk by an unfamiliar fellow just now, though, over by the mark of the spinner. He had a flower in his hand, so he caught my eye. You have an inkling as to where Orn might be. Time to rejoin Nananji. Nananji. What the fuck? Oh, it's the whale. There you are, Geld. Were you able to learn anything? Bunny, bunny. So a man who could be Orn bought an Ymir lily, then went to the mark of the spinner. If we hurry there, we might be able to find him. Let's go! Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Oh. Everybody just fucking walking off. Goodness. Hippo say gay rights. Alright. If he was only just seen, he should still be nearby. Destination. The marca de spinner. That is a spinner. That does appear to be a spinner. This is a really long surveying meter. Hey, who's that guy? This motherfucker looking like fucking store brand Thancred. Oh my god, it's Thancred with sideburns. Begging your pardon, sir, but are you Lieutenant Orn Gwyncombe? I haven't been a lieutenant for years, but aye, that's me. What can I do for you? Hey, what's up? I realize this is sudden, but... You see, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, so on and so forth, etc, etc. And that's about the size of it. So you're writing Louis Suaz's biography. Want to hear my account as someone who was near on hand at Cartno. Hey, man. Can I help you? There must be a reason that you're here, too. The Warrior of Light who led us to victory in Operation Archon. Very well, I will tell you my tale. Okay. Now then, where to begin? As you know, the battle was fought over the land where Dalamud was expected to fall. In the beginning, neither side was able to gain the upper hand, but when the Imperials deployed their Magitech armor, our ranks were thrown into disarray. Those charged with protecting Louisoix, like me, could only watch the carnage from afar. Though our forces managed to hold out thanks to the adventurer contingent, we sustained grievous casualties. But the real tragedy was what followed. As Dalamud hurtled towards us, it began shedding fragments of itself before finally bursting open to unleash the primal Bahamut. As all below looked on in shock, the battle completely forgotten, Bahamut took wing and spewed fire all over the land. Men in Magitech armor alike were set ablaze and sent flying like so many insects. I only realized that I had stopped breathing when a commanding voice broke my trance. "You've done enough," Louisoix told us. "Now fly! Fly and save yourselves!" But like my fellow guards, I wanted to remain. I couldn't charge into battle beside my comrades. At the very least, I would do my duty here and protect Louisoix to the last. But upon seeing us standing there, not making to move, Louisoix smiled and spoke thus. "If you would give your lives to protect something, then protect my hopes. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope, bright and brilliant. So live, I bid you, and be among those who bear the light for others to follow." Those words awakened us to a greater purpose. There was hope in my living, then I would live as Louisoix bid. No matter what, I would survive, and so, together with my fellows, I began making my retreat. Alas, we hadn't gone far when an explosion erupted and set us sprawling. I struggled to my feet just in time to see the enormous, menacing silhouette of Bahamut looming over Louisoix. In the next instant, he was enveloped in light, and that was the last I remember of him. And then there was this super dope, big-ass DBZ battle in the sky. Louisoix's final moment. Amidst that light, he looked to be smiling. What he was thinking in that moment, I couldn't say, but one thing is certain. We, all of us, are alive thanks to him. Following the calamity, it was reported that Louisoix had defeated Bahamut and set about the land's miraculous regeneration. Do you believe this is the truth? Uh-huh. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope. What we've learned has reaffirmed my belief, Aigeld. The belief that Louisoix was not an all-powerful savior one reads about in tales, but merely an ordinary man. But that man never forsook Eorzea. No, he stood for this realm to the last. He encountered other brave souls, and saved it from becoming a scorched waste. Against unimaginable adversity he fought, and at the cost of his life paved the way to a brighter future for us all. The least I can do in return is to tell his story, spread his message that, where there is life, there is hope. Okay. Thanks to your account, I believe I found an angle for the biography. I'm truly grateful. Uh-huh. It's a lovely flower, Thancred with sideburns. Would you care to offer a prayer as well? The prayer that the light of hope which Louisoix preserved shall ever burn bright. Yeah, alright. I was hoping they would all do it in sync. It would look really weird. Tragically not the case. The The calamity left deep scars across the realm. There was no place that did not want for help to rebuild. After being saved by our twin adder allies, I decided to become an adventurer, the better to honor Louisoix's legacy and lend aid to those in need. During my travels, I often hear your tales, and I'm glad I could share my own with you. Allow me to thank you again for recounting your experiences to us. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks for giving me the chance to share Louisoix's words. All these years I had avoided speaking of the moment of his passing out of respect, but it would not do to take the tale to my grave. Through the biography, it is my hope that his spirit will live on in all of us. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I shall resume my pilgrimage to the marks. Wherever your travels take you, I shall be praying for your safety. Okay, bye. Nymea lilies, the symbol of safe passage. As Louisoix stood there in Cartano, I wonder if he likewise prayed for someone's safety. At any rate, these interviews have yielded everything I had hoped for, and more. Come, let's return to Ul'dah. I'll have your reward for you at Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Okay. To Ul'dah. Okay. Where is he? Where is he? I want my framer's kit. Give me my framer's kit. There he is. There you are. I ended up troubling you longer than I had intended, but it was a truly fruitful series of interviews. How fortunate that we could hear from those who lived that fateful time. But I still have many questions. The biography is beginning to take shape in my mind. I also feel as though I've attained a measure of closure. Louisoix fought simply as one of us, and he made the ultimate sacrifice that hope might endure. This I've come to realize and appreciate thanks to everyone's heartfelt testimonies. Now then, last but not least, I'd like to ask you for your thoughts on something. According to Orn, Louisoix smiled at his final moment. As he was enveloped in light, what do you imagine he held in his mind? The image of mankind thriving in the future. I see. I appreciate your thoughts. As I pen the biography, I'll be certain to remember your words. Well, sad though it is, it's time for us to part ways. I'll set to work on a draft, and I won't rest until the biography goes to print. Thank you for all your help, my friend. I couldn't have come this far without you. I can make fun stuff now with my adventurer's plate. Let's go ahead and pop that now. End of an era framers kit. And with that, it's time for some more New Game Plus. Okay, so where do we go? Traitor in the midst. Revenant's Toll. Ugh, God. Stretching all of my bones and muscles. Do 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 do. You know, if there's one thing that I'm a little jealous of with regards to, like, other races within Final Fantasy XIV, it's that so many of their, like, default outfits, like their starting outfits, just have a lot more color to them than the Vieira's. Oh, this place is full of folks now. Okay. Laurentius, how you doing? This uniform rather suits me, would you not say? Or perhaps it is I that suits it. After all my transgressions, I am grateful indeed for this chance to start anew. Buscaron, Laurentius shall do you proud. Wilrid, you've brought in quite a few new recruits, haven't you? Your reputation extends far beyond Little Alamigo, it would seem, and deservedly so. Why, meeting you has given me something to strive for. Remember the name of Wilrid. I shall hone both body and mind, and do you and my fellow braves proud. Ilberd? The formation of the Crystal Braves has lifted everyone's spirits. My hopes are as high as the next man, but we'll not know what this company is truly made of till we face our first mission. Yu Hase. The greater our successes, the more our name will grow. The more our name grows, the greater the profits to be had. I can scarcely contain my anticipation for our first mission. Sure, buddy. FME. For the freedom of all. For the freedom of all. For the freedom of all. First few times I said it, I must confess to feeling some embarrassment, but it's starting to grow on me. Daware. I'm studying Eorzean military drills, in the hopes that I might better understand this new organization. Tataru. Oh gods, I thought I was finished with the roster, but I missed a name and had to start all over, as if I didn't have enough work to do already. Alfino. The Crystal Braves. 'Tis a most fitting name for a company of champions summoned together by the Mother Crystal, would you not agree? The blue of the uniform represents the crystal's light, pure and unadulterated, a beacon of hope. The crystal sword is a sign of those who would stand strong in the face of danger. Till the day that my Crystal Braves are a guiding light for all of Eorzea, I will not give up the fight. Sure, man. Ori! 'Tis always inspiring to speak with a person of vision. If there is aught I might do to be of service to this new company, you know where to find me. Aliane? Aliane? Alphino's words were most heart-stirring, would you not agree? Truth be told, I worry that what I can offer to such a lofty organization, but I will do all in my power to make my fellow braves proud. Coltonay? Come to mention it, the younglings seem to have run off somewhere. I do hope they're not up to any mischief. Arugmus? Is there aught I might do to serve you? I stand ever at the ready, for the freedom of all. Lamine? Anyone with a pair of eyes can see that Thancred is thoroughly besmitten with Higiri. Then again, subtlety has never been one of his strengths. Oop. Moriange has asked me to watch over the dome and women, that they do not come to any more suffering than they have already endured. Papawimo. Sparring bouts to raise awareness of the Crystal Braves. Intriguing, though I cannot help but feel there are more pressing tasks at hand. Perhaps Tataru requires aid in compiling the company roster. It sounds like she could use the help, actually, yeah. Papa Limo refuses to spar with me. He says he has more important matters to attend to, but I think he's just afraid to lose. Ever since Higiri started preparing our meals, I swear I've never felt better. They say Doman cuisine is highly nourishing, but I'd sooner attribute it to the loving care she puts into her culinary creations. They say the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I'm not wont to disagree. Mr. Thancred has taken quite a fancy to Doman cuisine. Several times a day he tells me that one of my dishes is the best he's ever tasted. His praise is most heartening, though I cannot help but feel he has a want for exaggeration. Maybe a little bit. Ah, the children. Crystal Braves! Why, just saying the name makes me feel strong. I've been thinking of changing the name of our guild to the Doman Braves. How's that sound to you, Miss Igale? Sounds great, kid. We hereby name Yozan commander of the Doman Braves. Our Doman Adventures Guild could use a new name. Say, do you have any ideas? For the freedom of all. For the freedom of all. For the freedom of all. It just doesn't sound the same when I say it. Hosan? Where the hose, where the hose, where the Hosan? I hear a new company has been formed. I'd be of service in whatever humble way I can. Yeah, man. I got Y'shtola and Riol over here in the corner. Every time I speak to Riol, I realize how much there is that I do not yet understand about the kobolds. I'm fortunate indeed to count a former member of the Company of Heroes as friend and confidant. Seeing this last sure brings back memories. I was just sharing a couple of juicy secrets with her. I like Riol a lot, actually. There's so many just, like, minor characters that you don't really think about because they're not present in, like, huge capacities in, like, the main story. But it's just, like, they've been around for so long. Like, I'd fucking, goddamn, what's his name? Hold on. What? Hold on, I'm getting a message here real quick. Free company stuff. Give me a moment. I have the capacity to promote people within my free company? Since when have I been able to do that? What's my... I'm the... Hold on! How am I the highest rank in my free company right now? I didn't even make this thing! I guess I do that? Change my rank to member. Okay. That's kind of wild that, like, just by virtue of being the person who's signed into the fucking game for long enough, that, like, I somehow just kind of by default became the highest rank in our free company. That's actually really funny. Anyway, hi, Minfilia. Traitor in the midst. Minfilia would have you assist Alphino in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. He's gonna need all the help he can get. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such a time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Asians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphino did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end I have offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, but singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe you would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him, and support him in whatever manner you are able. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, you got anything else for me? Alphino refused the Archon's help, but I believe that he would welcome yours. I should be most grateful if you would place yourself at his disposal. Yeah, alright. Igeld Sjork is on the case. Oh, now he's over there. Oh god, everybody moved around. Fuck, hold up. In which event we must guide them to Little Alamigo, else we condemn them to certain death. Ida, what did I just tell you? Condemn refugees to death? Wait a minute, that's not right. Many of my countrymen are skilled with bow or blade. I have made it my mission to rally those with such talents to the Braves' cause. I only hope we can be of some small assistance. Dispatch the first unit to Ul'dah. The second and fourth are to stand by for further orders. Ooh, from invoices to petitions to... It's a war, High-Geld! That desk is my front line, and I fear I may have been overrun. Everyone moved around and has new dialogue. Fuck. In traditional Doman cuisine, we strive for perfect balance, not only for flavor and texture, but also of nutrition. For a meal to be truly satisfying, it must nourish the body as well as delight the senses. Yes, it would be foolish to sacrifice nutrition for flavor. If Higiri and our more skilled culinarians work closely together, I dare say they could create extraordinary dishes to satisfy Eorzean and Doman alike. A dazzling floral arrangement, each blossom a peerless beauty in our own right. Ah, the blessing and the burden of an overactive imagination. Okay, calm down. Where have those younglings disappeared to? Making the most of their newfound freedom, no doubt. Yeah, they were just over here, huh? Coltonay? Those azure uniforms are really rather striking, but I think I shall remain a scion for the nonce. These walls have become my home, and the scions my family. Besides, I'm not sure blue is really my color. The green in my cassock brings out my eyes, just as Hori's breeches bring out the red in his. Look forward, never back. Devote yourself only to the present. This is what I've learned from the Domans. Yeah, man. Alright, Alphino, what we got? What is it, High-Geld? And do be concise, I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants fair attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor, though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbert. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, High-Geld. Yeah, alright. Hey, Ilbert.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you?
Well, Richard Epcar, it's funny you should ask. Bunny, bunny, banani, 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 bunny, bunny.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
Yeah? Why is that?
That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
Uh-huh.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies.
What?
Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
Oh no.
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
Fucked up.
He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause.
Fucked up.
These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself.
Fucked up.
It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge. But we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Okay. Sounds intense.
Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Reborn of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly.
Why wouldn't they go smoothly?
Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway. And if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
I am a one-woman army, that's true. I'm basically the coolest. We must begin by apprising General Reborn of our findings. Pray, return to the waking set and meet me at the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. I wonder who on my friends list is on right now. Oh, a few people. A couple of folks from co-host are actually on. And hanging out in Curl even. I hope they're having a good time. I could just fucking warp there. What the fuck am I doing? About to fucking walk out the door. Are you kidding me? Alright. Oh hey, there's Guillaume Fion. Let's say hi to Guillaume Fion. Guillaume Fion is jumping. Okay, we do need to go talk to Reborn now. So let us bid adieu to Guillaume Fion. Go talk to Reborn. What's up, big guy?
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
Oh, all sorts of shit.
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Reborn. It has been a while.
You two know each other?
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not?
Hi, I'm here too.
Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been.
A lot?
And in all that time,
Probably?
not a word from the fool.
Listen, man, I spent most of my life
well,
as a
my
lizard.
dealings tended toward the modest and
Major
mundane,
world
unlike
events
some I
are
could
not
mention.
exactly my forte.
As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Fouls bowels.
Pa, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher.
It's true, I'm a hero.
But you, Ilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer
I'm like a
of some
big hero.
standard.
I'm like kind of a big deal. I don't know if you know this. I'm
I
the
like to
warrior
think
of
that I
light.
did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
Yeah?
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all.
Bunny bunny, banani banani. Oh wait, no, they wouldn't say that. That's my thing.
So it is we
Hey,
who
what
have
are you
been
guys talking
compromised.
about?
Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil.
Bro, we're in
But if
old
this
Da.
snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say,
That's
we
been the
must
case
needs consider a
forever.
far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monitarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland.
Well, that was really, really productive. I'm glad that everything is going well and nothing bad is going to happen.
Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Reborn's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, hold up. None of the sound clips have played yet. There it goes. Ilbert is eager to continue his investigation into the Garlean spy known as the Ivy. Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let's return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Leveilleur. Yeah, alright. I'm not calling him Commander Leveilleur, though. I will refer to him as Alphino, or possibly Punk. Little Punk. Any second now. There we go. Oh, there's a blue person out here. Alright. Is everybody still in more or less the same spots? Ah, shit, Y'shtola moved. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, where the fuck did Y'shtola go? Alphino, do you know where Y'shtola is? Is she gonna have new dialogue? Fuck. Hold on. Ida and Papa Limo are gone too. Maybe they're just off doing stuff. Maybe they have other things. This might not be voiced. Here we go. We have returned from Uldar, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. Ah, beans. Gods damn it! According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask you for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. It's true, I'm super cool and good at everything I do. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Alianne of the Fourth lies in wait in the Tangle, near the entrance to Castrum Sentry. Seek her out and she will apprise you of the situation. Okay. You are the best chance we have of rescuing our comrade. I shall pray for your success. Alianna the Fourth lies away in the Tangle, near the entrance to Castrum Sentry. Oh, yeah, he said that already. Okay. Okay, this is just in Mordona, so I just walk out the door and then I can fly there. How funny would it be if I announced the stream with a Lady Iceheart joke and we don't even reach that boss fight? I think that would be really funny. If, like, we don't even see Lady Iceheart on this stream. Oh, but we get to use the mount from her. So that's cool. Ugh. Excuse me. Oh, Mordona got the funky weather today. Hang in there, Resh. We'll free you yet. Alianne. You would aid us in the rescue mission. We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, I fear she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as Mithril. None of us will stand while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. Yeah, alright. Well, and there they go. And here I go. Here I galled. Hey Resh, how you doing? Oh, 1 second. Up and at him. Where am I? Hey, I found her. It's really easy, actually. Resh! Thank the gods we found you! And thank you, Warrior of Light. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, to quit this accursed place, Resh cannot move with those wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside these walls. Okay. I'm gonna go blow something up. BRB. Hey man, how's it hanging? How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a good one here in Castrum Century. Oh, that's a big boy. Anyway. Excuse me, sir. I have to go over to this specific area so that I can cause a distraction. Okay. Don't mind me, y'all. Just out here causing distractions. It's really funny replaying these at such a high level that, like, all the other dudes around just don't pay any attention to you. Oh. Okay. That should be enough of a distraction. Though everybody here seems kind of bored, honestly. I think we probably could have walked out completely unimpeded. Oh, unless, of course, nobody else in the Crystal Braids is a high enough level. Then they would have been drawing aggro. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission's success to Commander Leveilleur. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Alright, bye, Alien. And she's gone. Go, shiny doggo. Fly. Camp Webadento. What are those paw pads? Whoop. Alright. Let's go let Alpha know the good news. I do wonder where Y'shtola, Ida, and Papalimo, and Thancred all went. Maybe they're in the Solar? Ah, it does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Igeld. Oh, boy. Oh, hey, aboard. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Resh owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest till we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Igeld, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require you to accompany me to Kurthus. I've been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Me? Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Okay. Yeah, people in Ishgard love me. Oh, that dignitary. An influential Ishgardian wishes to meet the Warrior of Light, and Alphino would like nothing more than to oblige him. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Igeld, an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Emmerich wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kurthus. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use? If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. Yeah, alright, man. Hello, Lucas. Welcome. We're gonna go meet Sir Emmerich. Is everybody in here? Is this where everyone... No? Nobody's in here? I was thinking that maybe... Hi, Amphilia. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador? By all means, I think it a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphino believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Blah, 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 blah. Bunny, banani, banani. Oh. Antecedent. I take it Igeld has explained the situation. Yeah, why did you feel the need to okay, he's just gonna... Alright. She has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. He sounds like a dick. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silvertear Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. Wouldn't it be fucked up and weird if that was undone? They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. They do kind of have their own thing going on right now, to be fair. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one our nations will fall as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Why not what? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed. You may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Igeld. Our old friend Lord Horshfont is expecting us. Since our request to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Yeah, Horshfont's awesome. He's a cool guy. I think he's in love with me? Though I know but little of Sir Emmerich, I have faith that Alphino's efforts are about to bear fruit. Yeah. Sure. Fingers crossed. Oh, hey. Everyone's moved around again, which means everyone's got new dialogue. The key to successful negotiations is discerning the other party's motives. And the key to that is a comprehensive understanding of circumstances past and present. Ballads of bloody battles, valiant knights, heroic sacrifice. Trite fare, but who am I to question the preference of Ishgardian noblewomen? In fact, you don't want Ishgardian noblewomen, trust me. They're not all that great. If you're going to be such a stickler for details, why not write it yourself? We cannot send this to Gridania. The figures are all wrong, and for the love of the 12, you misspelled the Elder Seedseer's name. How do you think she misspelled it? The fortunes of a songstress rise and fall with the whims of the crowd. Earning the favor of a wealthy patron or two might ameliorate the risk. 'Tis true that such relationships carry risks of their own. But if I were to become successful, the rewards would far exceed anything I could ever earn as a minor. We honed our skills in the fight to protect our country. Though our land may be lost, our people abide. We must unite against the Empire. Let them see that Doma is not so easily defeated. Doman's fighting alongside the Crystal Braves? I wager there will be no shortage of volunteers eager to exact vengeance on our common foe. Their expertise in covert operations would serve them well in the battle against the Empire, it is true. And I cannot help but shrink from this talk of more fighting. Call today! Forgive me, but I cannot talk at the moment. I'm in the midst of meditations to fortify my etheric flow. Yeah, right. Ori? Lady Tataru asked me to accompany her on her latest mining expedition. As a guard, you understand. But the moment she sets eyes on that cobra, she ran back at full pelt. It was all I could do to keep up. Do I truly inspire so little confidence? No, Hori, you're cool. You're a cool guy. And you're super strong. Alright, let's just go. Let's warp. We're gonna just warp. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Crack my knuckles. Snap of my bones. Alright, here we are. Where am I going? I'm going this way. Hup. I could have sworn that jump is one that, like, caused damage previously. Hi, Horshafon. Have you been enjoying watching the sweaty men working out in the corner? Ah, Eigelt! Ever a welcome sight. Our hearths have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Maybe if you wore something that didn't show off so much skin. Not that it's like a huge amount, but like, my god, man. Ah, good Master Alphino, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Horshfon. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense! Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Forton may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at least willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while. Desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearth sounds, I think it best we proceed to the necessary forthwith. Yeah, alright. Let's go. Let's fucking do it. Hey man, let me in. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Oh, this is a pretty nice room. I hope I don't have any sort of, like, dire need to use it anytime in the future. Voiced? Voiced, please?
Have faith, my
Thank
friend.
God.
You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Hey, big guy. Hey, it's these two! Love these two.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Emrich's so cool.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Oh, calm down, Alphino. Hey.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
I mean, you know.
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I'm not I mean,
I am not
pretty
too
cool.
proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination.
Oh,
Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us.
you make me blush.
Now then,
Alvis from the
Shall we
Excellence
begin?
Award-winning series Xenoblade.
We know full
The
well
Xenoblade
that the
enjoyer
Guardians
has
will
logged
return
on.
in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
once again, I must respectfully disagree.
Oh, alright.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their
We
campaign.
literally have so much else going on right now.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Oh, yeah?
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence.
Oh, yeah?
Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's no
I
good.
can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Oh. Dope.
Sir Amaric, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange.
Oh, alright.
Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon
Astrologians, you
star
say?
waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends
Those
the
probably aren't
resurrection
that
of
important.
Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say.
That's true.
As I told you before,
That's fair.
we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
Sure?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Alright, calm down, Alphino.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
Slow your roll, big guy. Oh.
What is the meaning of this? The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked.
Oh, beans.
It was Iceheart, my lord.
Oh, beans. Okay, cool. So she is going to be in
What?
this one.
By the Fury.
The joke I made is
All our
relevant. Thank
precautions were for
goodness. Who's Iceheart? She sounds pretty cool. Get it? Cool. Nobody's laughing. Okay. Alphino, put some clothes on. Recent developments have given Alphino much to consider. Just when we were starting to make progress. To make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Horsfall and find out what he has learned. Yeah, okay. And there he goes. Wow, we just don't get your name until a little bit, huh? I am come to hear Lord Horsfall speak, not you. Fair. We must needs find the heretics and... No, it will not it would avail us not to... It will avail us not to rush. Let us hear what Lord Horsfall has to say first. Yeah, alright. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized, then as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Hoshmont said. lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Highgeld. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings.
Okay.
I shall remain in Camp Dragonhead for now. Should you learn aught of interest, pray return at once. My men are conducting their own investigation at present. Follow the road south towards Mordona, and you shall find them in the wagon in due time. Takes but one pair of loose lips. You said it. You. Whee! Whoop. God, it's so fucking difficult to get around Kurthus. I hate it. Whose bright fucking idea was to make this area so big and then put one goddamn fucking piece of shit aetheryte in it. Ugh. Boulder Downs. We in Boulder Downs. Hey guys. Hey man, how's it going? Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for it. Eh? Lord Orshvant bid you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. The whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier just to steal it though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden a way off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Oh yeah? Let's go speak with this guy. Oh my god. Everything's so fucking far away from everything else. Tamp. Hey, is there somebody recovering in here? This doesn't look like... This looks like a dining hall. Not a get better place. Maybe upstairs. Hello? Surviving Squire. Hello, sir. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as. Lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same. Else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. Then she sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't... I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay there still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Whomst? Shiva, huh? Sounds like a cool gal. Cool, get it? Like ice? No one's laughing again. Alfredo, you'll never guess what I found out. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? Bunny bunny, banani 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 banui. It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully your hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphinaud? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. But yes, she did fuck a dragon. Wait, you say she was their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Horchefant, what was the caravan's cargo? Ah, if I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Horchefant, you would agree that discretion is a paramount concern. Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphinaud. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Uh-huh. I'm itchy. Give me a second. The Intercession of Saints. Bro. Heretics, Dravanians, old familiar enemies. This is something beyond all imagination. Woe betide the heretic who crosses Alphinaud Levier, for they shall feel the full force of his fury. Bro, he's 16. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. Once before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Aigeld, pray join me in Whitebrim Front. Since the incident in Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillmont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there, then. Good. And there he goes. Well... I got a weird swimmy boy. Let's go. Wow, that's not a... This isn't a particularly long quest, huh? Talk to Alphinaud, then go talk to another dude and it's done. Alright. I'll get there eventually. Any second now. Here we go. Oh, is this one of those ones with all the stairs? Ugh. Go, Tomato King. Keep going, Tomato King. Okay, we're good. Emmerich! Commander Levieur's assessment is most troubling. If he is correct, Iceheart now poses a threat to Ishgard at large. Taciturn Temple Knight! By what means do these heretics travel so quickly? We must know, or every attempt to apprehend them will be doomed to fail. Alphinaud! Just so you know, my men have already started to arrive. Captain Ilbert always keeps a few braves at the ready in case of emergencies. Drillmont! Tomato Zoom! The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drillmont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that selfsame frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. I might sneeze. Give me a second. Nope. Suffice to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. His sword is so cool. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will provide an all-too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drillmont has one in mind. He's right there. You could ask him. Okay, I guess I'll do it. Yes, yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. Hey, Drillmont, do you have any ideas? Oh, hold up, actually. It would be foolish to dismiss alternative approaches when contending with such clever foes. Some still think these heretics do not pose a great threat. The slain House Fortal Knights would surely beg to differ. I think we can all agree that a formidable foe demands a calculated response. Yeah. Seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without our other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillain. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. This man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause. He will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. Upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean-Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Drillmaul sounds like a Pokemon. Name, plant type. Yeah, alright, man. If the suspect shows himself to be a heretic, we will deal with him accordingly. For now, we shall merely observe and mayhap profit from his treachery. Yeah. Tables, tables, tables. Ah, Jean-Tremont. What do your bunny eyes see, Eigeld? Oh, this guy got baby face. Ooh goo goo, ooh goo goo. Goo goo. Okay, bye. And there he goes. Just wandering off. Both of them have. They do both got that baby face. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Southwest gate. Nah, you know what? I'll just go ahead and use my normal chocobo. What if I just walked up to him? Hey man, working hard but hardly working. Best take care when traveling these roads. Wild beasts and worse are wont to lurk by the wayside. You said it, buddy. Take care not to be seen. Goes up and talks to him. And there he goes. Suspected heretic follows the road east. Hey man, how's your journey going? Are you looking for a warm hearth, friend? White Brim Front isn't far from here. If I were you, I would... I'm sorry, have we met before? You seem familiar or something. No? My mistake. Oh my god, this guy is the dumbest fucking person alive. This is great. I hope I get to talk to him a third time. He's just like, okay, are you following me? What's up, man? You know many bunny women with green hair? And pallid skin? Please let me talk to him a third time. Where is he? Ah, looks like he's not here. So this must be like a cutscene. Never mind, you must be siblings. That's the only thing that makes any sense, surely. Yeah, well. Hey! Hey! Where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. Hey, man. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall. Why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... Bloody Echo, lower your voice or they'll hear us in White Brim Front. Yes, of course. The Temple Knights are Mumble and Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me. We already knew about Mumble. Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels Mumble, dead before you know what they know what's happening. Nevertheless, Mumble, if you waste my time again. Is that clear? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bunny. Hold on, is he still here? Could I, like, go up? Nah, damn. Alright. Actually, you know what? There we go. I bring news! Wait, where'd everybody go? Well, did your investigation bear fruit? Bear fruit? What's a bear fruit? I see. Shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. You could have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident that they can thwart it. Comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Sounds like a plan. First blood. The allied forces at Snowcloak are in danger, and Lord Drillmont would have you assist him in ensuring their safety. We have long suspected that heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you have overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. but knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage for the presence of so storied a warrior. Of so worried a storier. I mean, pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Shown to have no mercy, I guild. The lives of our allies are at stake. Yeah, alright, man. Don't worry, I got this. I'm, like, super good at this sort of thing. Whoop. Mountain. Oh! Hit the invisible ceiling. Ooh, this bitch red. Hey, what's everybody napping on the job for, you guys, huh? Oh, shit. Hi. Ow. Oh, shit. Cool. Taking this. And now we gotta go. Alright, Hazel, let's go. God, am I glad that they allow you to fly in these patches. Otherwise, trying to walk back and forth here? Ugh. Forget it. Full glad am I that I am not expected to walk the whole way. My knights sent no word of your coming, I guild. What has happened? What is that in your hand? This is bill parchment. A bill parchment. Bunny bunny, banoi, banoi, banani. By the fury. Those were veterans with years of service. And only 2 weeks till retirement, right? And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered, and... No, we have not the time, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at their outpost at Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. This information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. I could go there and beat them up. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Yeah, man, that's good. Don't worry about it. Path of the Righteous. Lord Drillmont recognizes that the situation in Snowcloak is coming to a head and that decisive action must be taken. Time is of the essence, High Guild. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies at Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. All is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered. Yeah, alright. Hold on, I'll go through the roof. 1 second. Ooh. Yeah! How far away is Snowcloak? Oh, it's not that far. Hey guys, you'll never guess what I found out. I found out some crazy shit. Oh, Alphino, you're here. Sir Emmerich, he's over there. Have words with the man if you must. We shall speak anon. Yeah, we sure will. You Hase. God bless whoever designed this uniform. I would have frozen to death by now if it weren't for this greatcoat. Yep. Hey girl, hey. We are at a disadvantage here. We should linger no longer than necessary. Emmerich, we got some shit happening. Hi, Geld. This is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden bunny banuni. You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Leveilleur been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Oh, right, yeah. Hey, Alphino. Bro, what you looking at? It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we may be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. Dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it. This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her. Stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl. What? Oh, hey, Ida. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Leveilleur! Oh, hey, Papalimo's here. Because I guess, of course, he is. That would only make sense. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. This probably isn't what Yu Yu Hase sounds like, but it's the voice I'm giving him. And you're all going to have to suffer through that. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Fucked up, if true. Ahem, a change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalimo will sulk. Okay. We will hold the line, Igeld. You may concentrate on the task at hand. God's bless. Oh, it's the same thing. God bless. I am informed that Commander Leveilleur has asked you to lead a party down one of the tunnels. A characteristically daring proposition, yet I can think of no one better qualified for the task. I bid you good fortune. Are Ida and Papa Bibo still here? Papa Bibo. Hey man, let me in. The entrance to the tunnel, madam? It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, you cannot leave our post. Snowcloak, yeah, accessible. So, the last time that we had done any dungeons in this game was prior to Endwalker's release. Since then, they have actually added duty support, which means that you can enter dungeons important to the MSQ with a party of NPCs. It looks like it's just Scion folk. So we're not going to worry about going in with NPCs until, like, it gets to the point that named NPCs are the ones that would be going in. So let's see, where is Snowcloak? Snowcloak, here we go. So what we're going to do is we are going to go in unrestricted and just completely fucking demolish everything in there. You know, for fun. Snowcloak. Here I be. Duty commenced. Moose is loose. Alright, Mitty, you hear that? Be careful. This is all fine. I just probably put my weapons away for right now. I have so much HP. Look at that number. It's so big. It's such a big number. Oh. Tiny key. Give me this. Mine now. Follow me! Oh. Alright. Excuse me, sir! Oh. Okay. I'm good on treasure coffers. That naughty. Ah! Fuck! What the hell? I saw it. Oh, no, not that way. Go up this way. A Yeti! It is a Yeti. This place is so pretty. What a neat area. Destroy everything. Boop. Boop-a-doop, boop. This is where everything starts coming at me. Everything gotta come over to me. Ugh. I don't like any of this. I hate these fucking gators. They're like the worst. What? Oh! Big boy. Okay. So I'm gonna let one of these guys pop to show you what they do. Because this is actually kind of an important thing for, like, lore reasons. But you see, this guy is using a move called Dragon's Blood. And if the move completes, then he becomes dragon. It's important that we see that for lore reasons. But you can also just kill them before they have a chance. What's in here, I wonder? That is a fucked up looking dog. Is Fenwheel. Good night. That's a bad doggy. Na 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 do do do. Aha! Bunny. Alright. Is there anything good in this one? Antique breeches. Cool. Do 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 do.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Hobla. Hey girl, hey.
Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
Nice $12 outfit.
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
Izel. You're really good in the Orzian Academy
This endless
manga.
cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light.
You keep taking threatening steps toward me, like...
I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
What? Oh, she's gone. Okay. Well, alright then. Fuck me, I guess. Hey guys, I found it. I found the lair. Though I did not doubt that you would return, I am nonetheless relieved to see my judgment validated. It is a blessing you are still with us. Commander Leveilleur took to pacing in your absence. Hi, Alpha. No, I'm fine. I'm going to talk to you, Yahase.
Is it finished? Does this mean we can leave this god's-forsaken place? I can't feel my... forgive me. I should not keep you from Commander Leveilleur.
Alright. That took longer than I expected. What news, Igeld? I was gone for like 6 minutes, my guy. Bunny bunny banunny banoi. So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall, one of that do wonders for their fight against the heretics. The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Ivy. We may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Forton, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold shift. Dude, put on some real clothes. Like, fuck. For the greater good, though not given to small talk, Alphino can think of no better way to pass time until Minfilia arrives. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada, etc., and so on. Oh hey! Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Forton. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She fucked a dragon. And it was really explicit, every single mention of it we found. She lay down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Have you ever seen a dragon's dick? They're huge. Like, how did it even fit? She was really a trooper. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Forton. Such knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Bunny bunny banui. Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with her methods. Yeah, probably. I do not care if it is a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander! Hey, man. What's good? You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will. That unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era. The scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
That man's awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trade to the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed? Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mogulmog XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Moguls' god. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. That is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. Hey guys. Can that truly be all that is required?
Oh, Minfilia, you have no fucking idea.
My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetherite Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetherite, somewhere not too far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetherite, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Shalayan may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system.
I do know a Charlian scholar who is big on teleportation, recklessly so. I can confirm, having wandered around for a while with Dromark 2.4, that you find random crystal braves stationed everywhere as nameless NPCs and everything. That's kind of neat.
While Minfilia looks into our aetherite problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Kurthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you are not aware. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good, I knew you would understand. Yuya Hase can apprise you of the details. Does he have to? When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knight shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Uh-huh.
Quest accepted. Okay, Yu Hase.
There you are, Igeld! Come, Commander Leveilleur instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome. Believe me, most of the Third hail from Uldar, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand. Nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for the Danafen Pass. Pass?
That's a good Yu Hase voice. Is it? Are we sure?
My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin.
And there he goes. Fuck that guy. Sorry. That's mean. He hasn't done anything wrong. Yet.
Did that chinchilla beat you up? Fucking kill it. You're safe now. Balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. Snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go this way. Boulder Downs, we in Boulder Downs. These boulders are so hella down. Fesh Pins. The tracks lead southeast. Let us away, Hazel. Biasts. Hey there, friend. How you holding up? Scion, what are you doing here? Heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast, and Yu Hase, I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. That was a dumb idea. All right, 1 second. Oi, what the fuck? Help me! I don't get paid enough for this. Don't get paid enough for what? Ah. You have to do more of my voice. Are you excited? How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding area. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Well, fuck off then. Quickly, Igil, quickly. I will inform Captain Ilberd of the heretics' plans, but you must make sure that they do not escape before reinforcements arrive. Well, fuck off then. There's a Lalafell in the Ultra intro for 1.0 sounds just like that. Oi! Hey, what are y'all doing? Hey, we having a secret meeting outside the walls? What are we up to? I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Hey, guys. Well, stay with her then if you think you can fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Hey everybody. Yet your lands have a thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I've done nothing wrong. None but meet in the secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. But. Fancy meeting you here, Igeld. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been a fucking shit goddamn. May have been
providing assistance to Iceheart.
Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Aigel, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report.
Yay, Yugiri. Yugiri's so cool. Wow.
Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say, given our adversary's cunning, and shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is.
Tendrils of intrigue.
Uh-huh. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Uh-huh. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including the flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with his benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortal. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Rabon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames' establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above a suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Uldaz was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Lim-Salominsk and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal one's mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Uldaz's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Rabon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nael Van Darnas's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Reborn with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Ahem, returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I suspect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in the manner of the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As Commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Aigeld, as the realm's stoutest champion. 'Tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry.
Alright, sure.
Ilberd. Upon the honor of the Crystal Braves, I swear that I shall not rest until the Ivy is unmasked and in chains.
Yeah, okay.
Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minophilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nofka's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. There he goes. There they goes. Alright, Gridania it is.
Alright.
Okay. Oh. My legs weren't moving. But that's fine. Oh, it raining. I got the Fat Cat umbrella. Hey guys. Unlike Reborn, politics is not my cup of tea. While you and the commander attend the council, I will attend to some business of my own. Alright. My thanks for coming, Aigeld. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. Yeah, alright. Hey, let me in. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now?
Yeah, man. I hope this one's voiced. Y'all got voices?
Change
Oh,
has
thank
come
God.
to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The implications, bro.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
What's his name?
Who?
Why is everyone surprised? Why is everyone shocked that they have a new ruler? Like, isn't that the point of a War of Succession?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis.
Who's that guy?
Yet he did not
He doesn't
rule
sound
alone.
important.
Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless,
How much
it
of this
was
information
the
is
eldest son
necessary
who stood to
okay, here
inherit
we
the
go.
throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Information we find out later actually makes this really funny. The whole not naming successor thing. Oh, he's so mad. Oh!
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Again, things we learn later makes this really funny. Trust me.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
Uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
He seems like an asshole. Probably won't be important. Probably won't have any kids that are important.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
Yeah, probably.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald.
Well, Gaius was against Meteor, too.
Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side.
It's funny you
Eorzea
mentioned
but
that.
stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Yeah, the weird thing with Garlemald is that, like, there seems to be, like, this combination of, like... What are the major attitudes towards Eorzean Garlemald's, like, government? There's one group that wants to just fucking annihilate it, and there's another that wants to conquer it. It's just like, neither of these are particularly ideal scenarios. Hey, who's that? Who's that lady? She seems weird. Why is she hanging out in the background like that? What's up, little man?
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it.
God, he's such a smug prick in Realm Reborn.
If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates.
I always
praying for the
forget, and then
coming
he says
storm
some
to
shit
pass
like
them
that.
by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming.
For their what?
So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
That's true. There's the sentiment there that the icons are a bad thing that needs to be purged. So with Meteor, it was like, what if it all gets destroyed equals no more icons, right? Well, the Conquerors are like, well, take it over and keep them right under our rule with regarding primals. Yeah. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the Citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little less to the common folk. Take the Laminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merwib outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldans scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example. But that is besides the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders whether they have the cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartno is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke in the observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, I thought. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Kurthis, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Yeah, alright. Almost every idea that any Garleans have for what to do with Eorzea is just bad. I think the only ones that really have anything going for them are probably the Popularis, and they're not exactly popular, as you can probably surmise. My thanks for coming by, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Dope. Chasing Ivy. Ilbert is convinced that he has discovered the Ivy's identity and is preparing to move against the Garlean spy. What's the word, big man? Listen well. The spy we've been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royai, Raubon's second in command. See, there she is. Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Hey, she was at the meeting! Oh, no! Of Ashgardian birth, she is the highest-ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raubon chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. Garleans would probably resort to exterminate the tribes that summon primals. Probably! The Monitorists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. 'Twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the Monitorists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Roai was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monitorists? Oh. That was a close one. Weird. Whatever. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Rawai's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the immortal flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Robin attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. But she was here, Dom. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, some pretense. She's up to something, mark my words. Probably trying to find out the Alliance's plans, which is why she would have been in the meeting. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Rawai's guilt. If we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Yeah, man. Uh-huh. You have my thanks. Let us go, then. Take care not to alert our quarry. I would love to know if I could just fucking walk up to her and talk to her. Oh, there he goes. Oh, are you gonna play the music? Having trouble loading stuff in? Give it a second. Oh, that's a cool sword. What's that sword? The Hive Claymore. Ooh. That's neat. There it is. Rawai is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. Take your time. Speak with Ilbert again. Blue Badger? Like from Phoenix, right? So Rawai has entered the Carline canopy, meeting someone, perchance. Could it be she needs to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Ephemy is her name. I shall remain here in case Rawai appears. Alright. I'm gonna go downstairs. Ephemy. Hey girl, you see anything? Aigeld Sjork! Such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant! No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Mysterious. Maybe she popped into the inn? There's a dude over here that I don't know what his deal is, but every time you approach him, he's like, one day all this will be mine. I don't know who he's supposed to be. But, like, that's a concerning, like, dialogue line. Anyway, Ilbert. Hey man, Bunny Banani. Nowhere to be seen, you say, and you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The Roost! How could I forget? Yeah, the inn, buddy. Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntoi tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. It'll make your dick hard. Perhaps another time, friend. My dick is plenty hard as is. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of Wet Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Who wants dick juice? Like the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Rawai would have disappeared without a trace. So she didn't go to an inn room to update her glamour dresser. I see. Are you going to give me the next quests, or am I going to have to beg? Whoa. Ilber is eager to resume the pursuit of Aline Roai in flagrante delicito. Our hut leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Roai's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Okay, bye. In flagrante delicto. Don't know what that means offhand, but that's fine. Wait, couldn't I just... Hold on. Where... Hawthorne Hut. Wait, where's... Hold up. Where is West Shore Pier? Hold on. 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 There it is. Lancer's Guild. Excuse me, everybody. I have to get to the Lancer's Guild. I feel like this is just going to be considerably easier than, like, warping to Hawthorne Hut and then just doubling back. Oh, hey, man. We second you to Braves or Britannia on special security detail. Any specific activity will be swiftly nipped in the bud. God, they really are just all over the place. Hey, man. Do 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 do. Illblood. This way, my friends. Yugiri! Hey, girl, hey! Your quarry makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Rawai is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. While our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Rawai would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face of the Immortal Flames, she cannot move out Thanalan without being recognized. It will only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for a clandestine meeting. The Elzen are a common sight here, and their comings and goings are not likely to turn any heads. Yeah, that makes sense. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Rawai in the act. Uh-huh. Let's fucking go. Chocobo. If Rawai was here, she is no more. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Bye. Bramble Patch, let's go. Oh, is she just up here? Who's that? That's just a guy. A lot of folks around here doing quests. Yugiri! Just beyond, Rawai is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hey, guys. Flame Marshal Eileen Roai, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You are followed, you bloody fool. Yeah, no. Damnation! Not looking particularly good for you, girl. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. The guy who just said you were followed, you bloody fool, yeah? You would feign ignorance then. Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Yeah, alright. We did it. Now all of the conflicts are resolved and nothing bad will happen for the rest of the game. Even a warrior of Roai's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. You have achieved world peace. We did it. We saved Eorzea. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Aigeld? Bunny bunny, banoni 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 banoi. So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, you have been training in the art of the shinobi, have you not? The change in your bearing is quite evident, to me at least. I look forward to seeing you in action. Till next time, my friend. Oh, that's right, I did start the ninja stuff. Ninja. Anyway. Oh, right, I just gotta warp to Mordona. Ninja 2. Hey everybody, how's it hanging? Oh god, everyone's in different positions, and that means everyone has new dialogue. Flamine! A rousing tale of a comrade's valor. Truly, we are fortunate to count Lady Yugiri a friend. Yes, but Higiri, you're missing the point. The individual doesn't matter. It was a team effort, and I was the one who... Tancred's tales of Lady Yugiri almost beg a belief. My heart is fair fit to burst from admiration. He's trying to play himself up. And she's completely missing the point. That's great. Damn, Tataru. Steady, steady. Not bad, eh? With a little more practice, I could earn a fortune at the Ruby Road Exchange. She cannot seriously be considering it. Life as a street performer should be one's last resort, not their first. Tataru has grown beyond childish fantasies of becoming a songstress. Now she aspires to be a legendary street performer. Tataru, I believe in you. You'll get there. Mwahaha! I could do this all day. A-L-L-D-A-Y. Whew. Ha! Uah! I cannot go on much longer. Strength, Hori! On your honor as a scion, I forbid you to surrender. I must admit, this exercise of yours never fails to amuse me. While its movements appear comical, it does seem to be having the desired effect. It's a battle of wills, a struggle for supremacy. Our fighting styles may differ, but this unyielding spirit is the same in warriors the world over. Hold on, I want to join. Hold up, hold up. Yeah! Let's go. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go progress the story. You guys have fun. Yeah. I'm Ophelia. Welcome back, Highgale. I understand that Alphino had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Bunny 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 bunny. Charges of treason and espionage against Aline Rawai. I could scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Well, that's cool. Ophelia has never been one to hesitate when it comes to asking others for aid. As you may recall, Iceheart used an aetherite in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystal she stole from the House Forton caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold the summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall, but first we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet, and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the aetherite to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second aetherite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Chalayan. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Oh boy. I am excited. Once we finish this one, we're probably going to go ahead and call it a night. Because I'm very sleepy, and I have a book to read tomorrow in the afternoon for the book club, you see. And Lord knows we're going to have plenty more content after this that, like, you know, we're going to be coming back to once we return to Final Fantasy XIV. Whenever perhaps that may be. What manner of woman is she, I wonder? You have spoken before via Link Pearl, of course, but it is not the same. Oh, she's great. Don't worry. Not that I've met her before. Ba 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 ba. Hey, here we go. It's Moonbreeder, bitch. Hey, girl, hey.
Minfilia, am I right?
I fucking love Moonbreeder.
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and to thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Sharlayan scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
She's great. I love her so much. For an outpost in an ether-rich wasteland, this place is a good deal livelier than I expected. Just goes to show that you never know until you know. Exactly. My thoughts. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. Yeah, alright. Just going right on back. On our way back, I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and co-host at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen, or as they happen. That's ACIDXSHARK. You can also follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Art for the stream, chat blocker was done by my friend Molly, who you can find on Twitter at GingerIsASpice. That's GingerIsASpice. Does fantastic work. I believe maybe opening for sketch commissions soon, so if you want some art from her, keep an eye out for that. VTuber was done by Audrey and B of Team Catpool. You can find on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, and co-host at Team Catpool. That's TEAMCATPLE. They do fantastic work. You should commission them as well. Use their commission form. Don't email them. They'll email you. Don't DM them. If you DM them, please don't be weird. Do not be weird to my friends. We will make fun of you on stream. Is that Tup Samadhi on the back wall there? I'm amazed you managed to find all the pieces after... Well, you know. Upcoming streams. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be the Shark Stream Book Club, where we will be reading Dishonored, the Corroded Man. In the evening will be Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise. And on Saturday, we will be playing through the 2006 Prey. So I hope you'll tune in for all that. Please be a voice cutscene.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention.
Yep.
We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us.
Oh, and again, we are going to be taking next week off due to birthday reasons. It's Natalie's birthday on the 26th. Be sure to wish her a happy birthday on the 26th. Just saying. But we will return the following week.
Join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Cool. Oh, that's a
Well, I
chunk.
had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on.
Go on?
Yeah!
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing aetherite?
We have
Nah,
not.
man.
No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape.
Yeah, it was me.
I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
Yeah, she did. Hello. I am one of our own.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
I don't know, that was like an hour
Truly.
ago.
How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate.
Sounds terrifying.
However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Cool.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process.
Oh, fun.
They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Oh, wonderful.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options.
Are we sure about that?
If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
Okay.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Please don't refer to it like that. I don't like the idea of referring to it as a roll of the dice. A simple plan. Very simple. But yeah. So that's going to be it for today. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time, and I will see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same shark time, same shark channel. Take care, everybody.